Hey. Welcome back to Increase. I am your host, of course, Alpheus Gibbs. And listen, this is episode 33. Guys, I'm so appreciative of you guys liking, sharing, commenting on my content. I definitely do appreciate it. Today is really a special day. Today is my son's birthday. He turns 10, and we're so excited about how God just allowed him to, make it to 10. So many things are happening in the world today. And it's just scary as being a parent, you know, allowing your kid to be a kid, one, but also, watching them grow and mature despite all of the things that's happening in the world today. So you see the title, you already know it's going to be something that's going to touch the heart and also stimulate the mind. And the title just simply says, Stop Running. As I was just was thinking about my son, I oftentimes look at him and I see myself, as most parents do, and most parents should, to some degree or to some level. And I thought about my uncle. My uncle used to tell me all the time, growing up, especially like a teenager going forward, and he would say to me before he passed away, "You got your shoe in the river," and it didn't really make sense at the time. And it wasn't until I got married and I started having children that I understood what he meant. And it was simply was this: you can't get roots in a place that you're running from. And sometimes we think it's a place, but it's actually yourself. In life, we're so busy blaming other people, looking at what other people are doing, trying to navigate life based upon the information that we have, but also the environment that we're in. And let's just be honest, right? This world can be scary if you want it to be, or this world can be the greatest, best adventure of your entire life. One thing is for certain: you can't produce fruit if you have no roots. I'm gonna say that again because a lot of times we overlook that. We think it's a cliche, but it's so true. You want to put roots down in a place that really expresses who you are, but challenges you to grow. Right now, many of you are choosing procrastination over progress. And it is hurting not only you, but it's hurting those around you because they know not the potential that's within you. They know that there's greatness inside of you. I want to encourage you, on this 33rd episode of Increase, to increase your not ability, but increase your dedication to being a better you. Stop running. Who are you running from? You're running from your past. You're running from the person you used to be. Why? You're no longer that person. You're no longer the person who seeks the validation of people. And maybe you may be saying, well, Al, listen, I'm still at that place. I still want people to like me. I still want all of these things. But here's the truth of the matter: you're going to waste so much time trying to be a people pleaser that when you look up and realize, I don't even know who I am, I don't even know what I like. I've been running everywhere. A great preacher told me when I was young in ministry, he said, Elder, God didn't create you to be a firefighter. That's a profession, true enough, but you're not supposed to put out everybody's fire and neglect the fire that's within you. In other words, don't omit the purpose of your life to make sure everybody else has filled their purpose, and then you look up and you haven't fulfilled yours. Now, yes, there are individuals who their purpose is to help other people fulfill their purpose. Great, but that's not everybody. And I want to speak specifically to you. Stop running. Maybe you're trying to run from a location that may remind you of so much trauma that's happened in your life. But at some point, no matter where you go, you're going to find similar people with similar mindsets. And you're going to have to get to the place where you're going to have to make a decision. Am I going to continue to run? Am I going to continue to allow these things to hinder me, stop me, stifle me? Or am I going to go ahead and just say, you know what? People are going to talk. People are going to talk no matter what you do. People are going to talk whether you're doing great or whether you are not doing great. People are going to talk whether you are supporting them and being there and helping them every step of the way. Or people are going to talk about you no matter if you're not doing anything at all. You could be in a 4x4 room with no TV, no radio, no anything, and people will still speak your name in many things and places. So you have to be comfortable within your own skin. You really got to begin to go, you know what? I am enough. And if I could speak that to you right now, we were sitting right across from each other and we were having a conversation, I would simply tell you, you are enough. You're enough to do everything that you so desire. And those areas where you feel inadequate, guess what? You can always learn those skills. You can always partner with other people who are strong in those areas to help you in those areas of weakness so that you can continue to be the complete whole person that you are. One thing is for certain, and I want to encourage you with this, is that oftentimes we meet people and we think that they're just there just to be there, but they're there for a reason and for a purpose. And when you're running, you don't get a chance to enjoy the relationships that you have. There are so many relatives that I wish I had really valued their wisdom, valued their time, and I no longer have the opportunity to be in their presence. Certainly, those who know me personally, I greatly miss my father. And though I wish and dream about times and which I could call him and share, about his grandkids and all of that other stuff, I don't get the opportunity. But because of his passing, it created within me a sense to first I began to detach. I became a person who it was easy for me to say goodbye. Like the song says, I'm way too good at goodbye. I had became way too good at goodbye. I would give the appearance that I was invested in a relationship only for me to walk away whenever things didn't really go the way that I wanted it to. Without a care in the world, without even a thought. Not because I didn't value that person. I didn't value myself. And a lot of you're running because you don't value yourself. You don't truly value what you bring to the table. And so you leave breadcrumbs of yourself in relationships, wisdom nuggets that you dropped off, having given so much of yourself, but having received so little back in return. Reciprocity is truly an amazing thing. And it is something that really needs to be explored in your own personal life. Maybe, quite maybe, you wouldn't be so tired and frustrated, lonely, depressed, sad, always running, always looking for the perfect person if you saw that in yourself. There's no one perfect but Christ, Jesus Christ. And one thing that his word, what the word teaches us is that there's a process to everything. You know, we read this Bible often and we don't even realize how it says everything happens for a reason, for a purpose. There's a time and a season for everything. We don't look at there's a process to it. Could it be the very thing that you're running from is the process to be better, to be greater, to be happier, to have peace? In order for Solomon to truly reign like he did, it took the battles of David. Solomon was a byproduct of the war and the wars that David was in. And so because of the wars that he was in, his son was able to reap those benefits. Sometimes we're running from the very battles that we need to wage war with to destroy old mindsets and to really come to terms with certain feelings that's going on in our life. Sometimes we're still grieving from deaths that have happened years and years ago. And though we say often that time heals all wounds, what it really does, time allows us to mitigate or to move about through time. I want to share something with you that I shared with many others when it comes to death, and that is look at death like a person who goes to church. When you get to the doors to come into the sanctuary, there's an usher there that takes you from the back to your seat. Look at death as in an usher taking a person from this life to the next life. They're not there to bring you grief. but they're just like a person who's reading an audible book. You don't see the pages turn, but you know it's turning because the story keeps progressing. So you may be a person that's grieving, and it's time that now you accept the fact that the book has to continue on. It doesn't mean that the pain of them being gone is lessened. Sometimes it increases because so many great things have happened in your life. And so you're running because you somehow seem to find great solace in movement and getting away. But what I would like to share with you is that the memories that you created with that particular person, or even the memories that you would have liked to have recreated, can be created in the people around you. The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that you got from them, the love that was expressed, all of those things can be transferred to another person and can be employed and pressed upon other people that's around you, so that when it is your time to transition, that they themselves will have great memories of who you are and what you've accomplished and the feeling that you've given unto them. Well, maybe you're a person who has gone through various things in your personal life that was abusive and trauma. You may have been molested as a child or raped as an adult. You may have been beaten as a child or even as an adult, gone through verbal assaults. You may have been raised around environments that were detrimental to your mental health. But can I tell you that the mere fact that you're still here lets us know that there is wisdom inside of you that can be shared with others so that we can identify those things in others so that others won't suffer in great length because we have you as an eyewitness to trauma and from traumatic experiences that has occurred in their life. I want to share with you that oftentimes we say, well, why is it that bad things happen to good people? And I often try to point people to a place where possibly there were individuals who should have intervened, or adults were not being who they should have been. And those things happen. But out of your experience, out of your pain can come such a beautiful bouquet of flowers, not only because you shared that with others, but now you can begin to speak on how great God is in your life and how even in the midst of all those things that happen, that you are now an individual who is not only strong physically, but strong mentally and spiritually. So you're running from the various things because some things begin to cause their triggers. They begin to bring you back to a traumatic day. But what I want to say to you is that you're no longer that person. You're no longer that one that is sitting behind and things are happening to you, but now things are happening for you. I in many parts of my life had mastered the art of forgetting. And I had gotten so great at it that even the things that I wanted to remember, I forgot. And the pain of that was far greater than the pain that was inflicted by others to do harm to me. So, what I want to encourage you is that not only come to terms with it, but begin to understand that you're no longer in that place or no longer that person, and begin to allow yourself to heal. Take some time out, go walking, begin to associate yourself around individuals who not only have gone through those traumas, but also associate yourself around those who are loving and kind. Of course, we live in a day and a time where there's so many people who give the appearance that they're angry or give the appearance that they're scary and mean. But the truth of the matter is that they're trying to survive. They're trying to survive a world that says, even in the midst of you being who you are, there's still going to be someone who's not going to like what it is that you're doing. And that's okay. But you're going to have to learn to be okay with other people not being okay. Moving and transitioning to places and to times in which you yourself are saying, you know what, I choose peace over being passive. I don't want to just wander aimlessly through life, but I want to live. So I just wanted to encourage you with this. I know increase is typically a little bit longer, and I just wanted to encourage you with these words. Stop running. Because sometimes we think, oh, if I move here, then things going to be different. Or if I get around these particular kind of people, then things are going to be different. You're going to find loneliness in the most wealthy or even the most impoverished person. You can find shadiness no matter where you are. You can find, unforgiveness and bitterness and all kind of other things, no matter where you are. It's not about the where, more so it's about you. And the moment you get yourself rooted, get yourself grounded by way of just allowing yourself to be, embrace your inner weird, embrace your inner nerd, embrace your inner whatever. But at the end of the day, when you begin to do that, you'll find that you'll stop running and you'll stop chasing. And the very thing that you thought was unattainable, you'll find that it'll be attainable. The very thing when you thought you would never be able to have, you'll find yourself having it. All you got to do is just stop running. Stop running. Remember, you can't control the actions of another. You can only control the actions of yourself. And one of the ways that you can even stop yourself is controlling your thoughts. So, what do you do when you get angry? What do you do when you're happy? What do you do when you're sad? Figure those things out. And then when it comes to, things that you don't like, as in, when you're angry, you do this, or when you're sad, you do this. Before it even happens, find something that you can love or that you love to do. You get sad, you want to, get isolated. Before you start feeling yourself really get sad, begin to put yourself in a place where it's a lot of people who are for you and that are happy. Go to places where you'll meet different people, so on and so forth. Begin to have conversations with yourself, as in asking yourself, why am I feeling this way? How long am I going to allow myself to feel this? Is it really this serious, or is it something else? Really begin to have those divergent conversations, so that now your mind doesn't go down the same pathways, but it goes into another direction, in a better direction. And when those things happen, you'll find yourself not being as deep of a place as you used to be. And the more you set that pattern and that tone, the more you'll begin to develop what are called healthier habits. And with those healthy habits, you'll find yourself being in a much, much happier place. Listen, this is Increase, episode 33. Thank you guys so much for wishing my son happy birthday. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, comment, share this with someone on any social media platform. You have my permission. I thank you so much. I want to help as many people as possible. That's the true purpose of this podcast. I want to help people, no matter how, no matter where they are, no matter what language, culture, background. I want to help people as much as possible. And if I can help just one, I've accomplished my goal. Listen, I appreciate you guys so very much. You all have an amazing day, and you better have an even more amazing weekend. Why? Because it is for you. Listen, love you guys. Talk to you soon. Great day.